Markets kind of did flail into the end of last year and the first day of 2025, and I think it was trying to digest a few things, that the pretty dramatic move in long-term yields and the dramatic drop in yields in China. I think that there has been some concerns about macro as you saw some events over the past few days. And I think there was general profit taking and some sort of let's wait and see how 2025 is, given we just booked two 20% back-to-back years.
And do you think that those things will remain overhangs? I mean, obviously, you certainly have a bullish orientation. You feel as if the S&P 500 can get to 7,000 by mid-year before perhaps a pullback. Well, if we're getting from here to 7,000 in less than 6 months, you're talking about, 35% annualized pace of gain. So how do we get there?
Well, I think one thing the viewers need to keep in mind is that just because the calendar year changed doesn't mean that the strength that we saw throughout 2024 suddenly has evaporated. There are tailwinds building because the Fed is dovish, even if they're making fewer cuts. But I think one of the sort of two important things happening early in 2025 is going to be, one, we are seeing manufacturing recover. The ISM manufacturing, posted one of the highest readings in almost 2.5 years. I mean, it's been below 50 basically for nearly 3 years. And the second is that I think the labor market could be softening in a way, because whether you look at link-up data or the ISM employment, to tell us that the Fed now has to be focused back on supporting the economy. So I think this month could be quite decisive in the sense that we've got weakness because of some insecurities building, but I think it's, the same tailwinds are in place. I mean, I think it's still a buy the dip kind of market.
And in terms of perhaps the same themes being in place, does that mean that the leadership profile of the market you expect to stay similar to 2024? I mean, I know it's waxed and waned between mega cap growth leadership and then some broader participation, but we did finish again with dominance by the NASDAQ 100 type stocks.
Investors still are going to pay for earnings visibility, and that's why I think the Mag 7, including Nvidia, are going to be important holdings. But financial conditions should ease this year. Easing financial conditions does allow some cyclicals to post better earnings growth, like financials and regional banks, industrials, and small caps. So I think that there should be a case for broadening of the markets this year. And then finally, I think in terms of risk appetite, still one of the good measures to look at how risk appetite is to look at something like Bitcoin, and at 97,000, it's still telling us that, this is still a risk-on market.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's held almost all of its gains since that little poke above 100,000 in Bitcoin. Although I do wonder what you make of the relatively heavy outflow we were seeing in the BlackRock ETF that holds Bitcoin, whether it was just sort of deferred profit taking into a new tax year or something else.
It's hard to tell. And I think with the ETFs, it is creating, I think, an interesting dynamic, which is that someone who sells a BlackRock ETF doesn't have a 30-day holding period if they buy another Bitcoin ETF. So I think in some ways you can see people doing basis swaps and stepped up in tax optimization strategies and not really having to worry about that 30-day holding period.
Attention all tech and market enthusiasts. In a world increasingly powered by pixels and algorithms, Nvidia stands as a beacon for both technological prowess and market dynamism. This bustling frenzy comes in the aftermath of CEO Jensen Huang's much-anticipated keynote at CES, where whispers of breakthrough revelations set the stage. Anticipation was palpable, akin to the tension before a blockbuster movie premiere, promising not just viewing pleasure, but industry change. Yet, today, the market dance took a surprising twist. With stocks in a downslide, the crux of investor attention is on Nvidia, not for its cutting-edge graphic processing innovations, but for the futuristic promises it whispers in the AI software realms. Could this be the buying cue for those with their eyes set on 2025? Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
You got this incredible graphics card here, Blackwell. We're going to shrink it and put it in there. Does that make any sense? Well, you can't do that without artificial intelligence.
Not just AI, Jim, but physical AI is all the talk.
You talked about the evolution. I've got to tell you, this physical, the first thing I'm going to say is that there's just a huge amount of people saying Amazon's gunning for NVIDIA. Well, Amazon's, they play good game of chess. No, they play checkers. After this, Amazon's a checkers play. Jensen's playing chess.
So what does that mean?
Well, because Amazon, well, the big reason why Amazon, that Amazon's supposed to be gunning for NVIDIA, right? Microsoft's supposed to be gunning for, good luck. He left that behind because he's doing physical. So what he's doing.
Well, wait, just to stop. What you're talking about is the development of their own chips. Is that what you're saying when they're gunning for them? But they use NVIDIA chips as well, but they also use ARM-enabled architecture for things that help them in the data center.
These guys are using Micron for high bandwidth. No, I'm saying, welcome back, first of all, because I'm one of those guys like the guests that come on, if you hit them, they say, well, first, I really enjoy
it. Guys. I like your time.
Okay, thank you.
Beautiful.
Great. Okay, that's not here nor there. All right, so here's what's going on. There have been a lot of scrum about who's doing maybe inference, and then Amazon's moving into training. NVIDIA's not talking about any of that. NVIDIA's talking about robots. They're talking about the way you build a factory. They're talking about physical. They're talking about Toyota going the way that Tesla's going. They basically just said, you and I are going to have robots. I don't know if I may get a robot, maybe not.
Well, he keeps talking about the ChatGPT moment, right, for robotics. Others have been talking about that a bit as well lately.
Yeah, but Jim. Yeah, but no, my point is that he's leaving everyone behind.
Okay.
And that's why its stock can go higher. Because if we're doing physical, what that means is that you are going to have a robot that is going to be doing exactly what we can do. A robot will be able to talk. It'll be able to be our buddy. It'll do things that we hadn't been able to think they could do. And this is what this is about. This is about productivity and robots. Now, yes, the PC that we showed, that's going to be for sale for a very good price. I think that's going to be very competitive, and maybe there's really going to be AI. But I was just blown away by the digital twin for manufacturing, the Toyota being like Tesla, the humanoids. Remember, he keeps using the humanoids. They even threw a bone in for Apple Vision Pro, which the downgrade says is a bust. Okay, fine.
Jensen Huang, the charismatic leader steering NVIDIA's formidable ship, took the CES stage with expectations soaring almost as high as the company's stock last evening. The excitement in the room was palpable, like the electric hum before an Olympic sprint final. But in the stock market's classic buy the rumor, sell the news twist, NVIDIA saw its shares tumble by 6.22% amidst an already jittery market backdrop, perhaps catching even tech optimists by surprise. It's like that moment when your favorite roller coaster is suddenly out of order, disappointing but enticing, building up anticipation for the next thrilling ride. While the crowd might have hoped for more scorchingly hot news on the upcoming GB300 processor for AI data centers, what NVIDIA showcased wasn't any less exciting. At the show, NVIDIA presented its next-generation GPUs made for gamers and PC enthusiasts. These aren't just chips. They're the heartbeats that power immersive digital worlds and cutting-edge computational tasks. Yet, it is their stealthy stride into AI software that's causing undercurrents of seismic future possibilities. Let's not forget, it's this subtle pivot that has tech giants and investors enthralled, overshadowing even the glitter of their hardware unveilings. This shift signifies an era where software not only complements hardware, but accelerates it, driving new frontiers of vertical integration. But before going on with the video, are you into cryptocurrency? If so, check out our second channel, Investocracy Crypto. We bring you breaking news, expert analysis, and the latest trends in the fast-moving world of digital assets. Whether you're a seasoned crypto investor or just curious about the future of finance, we've got something for you. Click the link in the description to subscribe to Investocracy Crypto now. Don't miss out and stay ahead of the game. Now, let's get back to the video.
But I just think that this was dazzling in intellectual purposes, not showman purposes.
You mentioned the Toyota partnership. There's the Uber partnership, too. And he spent quite a bit of time talking about autonomous. Take a listen to this.
After so many years with Waymo's success and Tesla's success, it is very, very clear autonomous vehicles has finally arrived. Well, our offering to this industry is the three computers, the training systems to train the AIs, the simulation systems, and the synthetic data generation systems. We're working with just about every major car company around the world. Waymo and Zoox and Tesla, of course, in their data center, BYD, the largest EV company in the world. 100 million cars built each year, a billion vehicles on the road all over the world, 1 trillion miles that are driven around the world each year. That's all going to be either highly autonomous or, fully autonomous coming up. And so this is going to be a very large industry. I predict that this will likely be the first multi-trillion-dollar robotics industry.
From revolutionizing robotics to spawning AI worker agents, their ventures are not just trailblazers but potential gold mines. The imagination runs wild with future possibilities, each more exciting than the last, as Nvidia continues to lay the groundwork for innovations that might redefine entire industries. Nvidia's CUDA platform has fortified its fortress in AI, offering robust GPU leverage that other tech firms gaze at with envy. Their parallel processing prowess is the envy of many, a virtual moat protecting their empire. The foundations in software not only offer a competitive moat, but anchor Nvidia as a pivotal player in industrial and automation technologies, a realm ripe with untapped potential. This realm, brimming with possibilities, beckons futurists and pragmatists alike, inviting exploration and pioneering efforts. Even with current trading dynamics, it's clear Nvidia's shadow looms large, and its AI endeavors, often underrated, might hold the very future keys investors are hungry for. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
So, who's been a huge customer? Tesla in the data center. Notice he said the data center, he didn't say the car, because they're not making the ones for the car. But if Toyota does that, Toyota has the balance sheet to do it, you know, they may have to buy 500,000 chips to get this done. So you're looking at orders from now till kingdom come. Now, over and over and over again, he says, we're ready to ship. Blackwell's ready to ship. Blackwell shipping volume. So therefore, you want to put the numbers up right now. I thought there would be people who say, you know what, I've already heard this. Remember, that's the new thing. When we have it, I go over with
we
NVIDIA
knew this, quote
to
unquote.
say, well, okay, which is the new? Which is the new? David, there's a lot that was new. It just wasn't Jensen just going, wow. There's no wow. And by the way, you know what it started with?
Tell me.
A bartender making a drink, mixing a drink.
Well, you've talked about that a number of times when you were there for that, right?
Well, no, I'm just saying that I was spot on that. Like Jensen might listen to the show.
As we start this year, there are a lot of. It could be an amazing year for advancement in various areas of technology, whether it is robotics, as he said in this ChatGPT moment, where suddenly all the things you've talked about start to come to fruition that we all have talked about. There will still be significant advances made in AI itself. I mean, Sam Altman quoted in a recent interview saying, well, one of the, in the next 4 years during the Trump administration, we're likely to get to AGI. He said that.
Yes.
Interesting to see him sort of discuss the next 4 years and artificial general intelligence being reached, which is the reason that they even created OpenAI, of course, way back when. And autonomous vehicles as well, and the advances that are going to be made this year. There's a lot that we're going to be, as we have been for years, but it may now start to happen. The question is, what's it going to mean for the enterprise?
As the market recalibrates, today's pullback signals not just a hiccup, but a prospective opening for strategic investors. Picture this moment as a golden ticket onto a train heading towards an AI-powered frontier, with Nvidia stationed firmly in the conductor's seat. Despite a market dip, a necessary reset perhaps, Nvidia's fundamental strength and promising horizons remain unchanged. Long-term growth forecasts shine bright for Nvidia, positioning it ahead of the herd, not just surviving in today's market, but poised to thrive as a tech titan. With a good blend of vision and technological prowess, Nvidia continues to write chapters that reflect innovation and foresight. The gigabyte-sized potential it presents in AI software stages is eye-watering, offering expansive avenues for growth and development. As experts rally behind Nvidia's expansive outlook, the strategic dip might just be the perfect investor stepping stone for future profits. Whether you're an analyst calculating the metrics or a dreamer envisioning the future, Nvidia's trajectory offers a landscape rich in possibilities. Do you see Nvidia's path as a promising investment landscape fraught with exciting developments, or does the market oscillation make you hesitate? Share your insights and let's delve into the ever-evolving saga of Nvidia in the stock market arena. And finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.